welcome back to the Race Car and Chill YouTube channel. I'm making this video because the last one I uploaded 2.5 years ago hit 100,000 likes. So thanks for watching that video. Before we get any farther, I need you guys to stop what you're doing, pause the video, subscribe, resume the video. Today, I'm gonna talk to you guys about my turbo IS300. I've had the car going on over 3 years now. I did not build it myself, but I have basically taken it apart and rebuilt most of it. The car has changed quite a bit since the last video. Obviously, you can see it's on wheels, it's lowered. All of the suspension's gone through, figs, poly bushings everywhere. The ones that are available to be adjustable from figs. I do have the adjustable ones. We're sitting on some RPF ones. We are 18-inch by 9 plus 35 in the front, 18 by 9.5 plus 45 in the rear. As you can see, very flush fitment. I've got two 55-35s in the rear, and I actually do plan on going up a size. I need to raise it too. Once I go up a size and raise the car, I think it'll be good. And in the front, I'm running two 35s, 40s. So I don't like how the sidewall sizes are different. We'll worry about that once it's time for new tires. Here's the turbo setup. For those that did not watch the old video, non-VVTi internals. So they're still GE internals, but non-VVTi, made of the same material as the GTE. So those are the strong internals. They're good for about 700-ish horse to the wheel. Drift motion 62 turbo. That's different from the last video. I blew up the 67mm that I had. I recently relocated the battery and the ABS. As you can see, the ABS lines here. Actually, for the ABS, I got this fuse box is not bolted down because I wanted to show you guys this little bracket that I made here. It's 3D printed, and they are for sale. And I'll link to that video in the description or the top right hand corner. You can see my catch can also got relocated. It used to be down under here, under the oil filter or air filter down there. That's the car. I mean, it's running on AEM Infinity. It makes mid 400 horsepower. I've got a dyno sheet that says 420 and one that says 480, so I'm just gonna guess it at 450. I've just been driving it quite a bit since the last video, honestly. I want to say that there hasn't been much done to the car, but realistically, it's been quite a bit since the last video. Here's the interior. It's very dirty right now. I wasn't really planning on making this video. As you can see, the dash is still tan. This whole car used to have a tan interior. I swapped that out from my other car, put the black interior in here. As you can see, it's a manual. It runs the AR-5 transmission out of the Pontiac Solstice. 5-speed. That transmission can hold about 400 or 500 torque. Internet always argues about, is it 500 torque? Is it 700? Is it 300? Who knows? The CD, it's a better option than the CD 009 because it is a 5-speed and the gear ratios are better for it. And you don't have to really modify anything to make it fit. It uses mostly R154 stuff. One thing I also forgot to mention, you can see the headliner. I have redone the interior. I just went to some fabric store and found some material I thought looked cool and redid it myself. That's pretty much it. The car, body-wise, it's stock. To make these wheels fit, I did have to, let me see if I can get it to show up. I shaved the fenders a little bit, and I left a little bit of a lip on them so I can roll them if I need to. When I get some bigger wheels, some bigger tires, we'll see if we need to roll them or not. But the material is there, so if I do need to roll them, I can without having to pull the fender too much. I'm running some stock-sized bare brakes with EBC pads, or I'm sorry, Hawk pads. And I do have a big brake upgrade kit for this car, but I've had fitment issues with these new wheels. But I have a set of IS350 brakes that are going onto the front. Got them all powder-coated blue with the Lexus logo on them, made them look real nice. But I can't get the adapters to fit around my wheels, so I either need to figure that out or get new wheels. This is an 01, so it's got the non-sticky dash. These gauges are kind of here temporarily. I said that in the last video, and here we are 3 years later, still temporary there. I have a pop-up screen here. I want to put a BTI 3-inch display there and get rid of all my gauges so I can have the AEM Infinity readout from the BTI. AC works, heater works. The only thing that does not work on this is the cruise control, and that's because the car does not have, the throttle body has been converted to throttle by cable instead of throttle by wire. So the throttle is attached to my gas pedal, essentially. The computer has no control over idle or really anything else like that. Goal for this car is a fast street car that is also, you know, that can hold its own on a track. I do like to road race. Road racing is where I find enjoyment in cars, so that's the goal with this car. I don't think it'll ever make more than 700 horse. I can't use that much power. Even the power level it's at right now is pushing it on the track. So at this point, we're fighting for traction going forward. So this is the car. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. I've answered a ton of questions on the old video, and I'm just happy to help. You know, it's been a mission to get here. You can see the wiring still needs to get cleaned up. I think my next big project for this car would be rewiring all of this. You can see it's just a cluster over here. It's not very clean, and all the wires run down under the seat and they go down here into the AEM Infinity box. Of course, let me show you guys the battery relocation as well in the trunk. I did this a couple weeks ago. This is how the battery relocation sits in the trunk. As you can see, I used true 0 gauge wire. I know that's overkill, but the AEM Infinities are very sensitive for voltage drops, and I did not want to have any issues. So I, of course, put a 250 amp breaker. 250 amp might be a little overkill. You could probably get away with 150. That's the Turbo IS. She parties. Let's go take her for some rips. All right, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark on the audio and hope that it works without too much wind noise with the windows down. If not, we'll improvise. A couple of things I forgot to mention. It runs on pump gas, 91. That's what we get in Arizona. And stock LSD diff. So no funny business there. Three-inch exhaust, turbo back. It's got a muffler in it. That's pretty much it. No cats, no resonators, nothing else. ACT 6-puck clutch. Back home safe. Honestly, every time I drive this car, it gives me so much anxiety. This thing is low-key kind of out of control. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll gladly answer them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe. I'm always making IS300 videos, mostly DIYs and stuff. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and plug this channel real quick. This is my old daily. I had this thing for like 8 or 9 years now. This is the new project right here. Just show you a little bit something. This is another IS300. Currently has a GT, I'm sorry, a 2J GE in it. I think the goal is Lemon's car for 24 hours of Lemon's racing, which basically, if you don't know what that means, junkyard race cars built with junkyard parts. So I'm hoping to find the junkyard V8 with a manual transmission, and it'll be full race car, caged out and everything. So that's the plan. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you want to keep watching, and we'll see you on the next video.